I don't know. All right. All right. So I have no idea how the voice sounds. Here it sounds pretty echoey on my end, but I don't know. That just might be the mic. No, I can't hear it at all. Oh, that looks good. All right. Well, tonight we figured we'd do the live cam. We're trying to work on the mic and everything. Let me know if you can hear me, what it sounds like. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna close this. Who's Cosmic? 875. He said, "Hey, Ansley, who is that? Who are you? Who is Cosmic? Live? Hey, how's it sound, man? Is it echoey? Does it sound good? Shah. What's up, Dolan? How's it sound, man? Is it echoey or does it sound good? Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna do 100 places in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where we live right now. But what I want to do is like talk about places that are haunted, and I'm actually gonna go to them and get video. If not tonight, definitely tomorrow. And then me and Ansley will go Monday and do the rest of the places. Yeah. Okay. Well, the first place is 1212 Smallman Street, which is Strip District, which I've shot video there many a times. I'm always right there. So, um, this building was once a site of Chattanooga Lake Ice Company, which exploded due to fire February 9th, 1898. The building has since been renovated and now houses the John Hines History Center. It's actually pretty nice. It's like right on the corner. But staff members, including security guards, witnessed strange sights and sounds. Most activity, damn, there's like an echo, seems to center around the fifth floor. Well, I can't get to the fifth floor, I guess, unless I go in there. The loading dock area, which I can get to that, and I'm going to go to the loading dock. That's actually in the alley. I've taken peas there at night, driving around. uh, easily accessible. Okay, I'm gonna go to that one definitely, and then I saw this other one, which is in the north side. And it's by the football stadium. Actually, in the picture, you can see it. This. All right, give me 1 second. I gotta check on the screen and see how it looks. All right, there it is. Yeah. Okay, so this was the first place right here, the John Hines Center. It's weird. It's like right on the, and this is the French Street that's small, and then there's the little side, and then in the back is where the loading dock would be in the alley. That'd be my guess. I filmed in the parking lot right over here. Well, right over here. That's where the Heinz ketchup fills up with ketchup and then ends. All right. Sorry, got a light of smoke. And then the other one is actually right across the river. This one sounds pretty cool, and I know exactly where it's at. Give me a second here. Slow. And then I actually have a story from viewer Amanda told me the story, and I told her I'd do it. It's actually a good story because I know she's not bullshitting. She's not known to like stuff, so it's definitely a true ghost. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's just saying about the Hines. See, John Hines is Heinz ketchup. That's why it's very big with Heinz ketchup because he brought that. There's a big Heinz factory here. It's been for a while. So we're big on Heinz ketchup. You're not gonna see anybody in Pittsburgh eating Heinz or any of that shit. Nah. Heinz is our put it on everything. Eggs, potatoes, meatloaf, Rochelle's butt. Mother. Shit running, so it's being really weird. Heinz mustard. I don't like mustard. Heinz has everything. All right, I was gonna definitely check this out here. Also, the McKees Rocks Indian Burial Ground. Uh, I know where McKees Rocks has been there. Used to work there. Says 500 to 1,000 may have been buried at the site about 2,000 to 2,300 years ago. The number of bodies unearthed has been much smaller, along with many artifacts. The site has been the interest for over 100 years and has received special attention from many Native American groups, as well as archaeologists. Now, at this point, there's much disagreement as to what, if anything, still exists at the site, so I think they must have exhumed bodies and stuff. All right. I can't hear myself at all now. I think I totally froze up. All right. The other one is Blue Mist Road in Irwin. I'm definitely going to go to that isolated stretch of road. It's saying that homes right along it, legend and rumors associated with this place, but is best known for rumors of satanic activity and the rumors that typically go with it. So they're saying there's like a blue mist on this road. This is in Irwin. It's like a country road. I know where it's at. Irwin Road. It's in Gibsonia. I take a trip. We're gonna do a video on these places. Algeria County Jail. I'm always like right around there. Looks like a big castle. I'm definitely gonna do video. Check out that place. All right, this is what I was talking. The dark place, the North Shore, of Pittsburgh. That's where the football stadium is. Before European settlement, this area was feared by Native Americans for having an unusual amount of supernatural activity with spirits and their killed enemy. The area was swampy, dark, and spooky, and was designed, damn, for a time by the Indians to only be used for torture and execution. So this was like a torture and execution place. Um, and prominent Pittsburghers haunted place. High degree of hauntings and ghost sightings. So I'm gonna go there. We're gonna film. Uh, so that's all right. Let me close this out. Switch this shit. Give me 1 second. Oh. And you see exactly the camera again. There I am. Oh, shows like there she goes. You think you're out of it, but now you're in it better, actually. Yeah, you walked right in the middle of it. I just came for a cigarette and turned it on. She's like, "Oh my God, let me run in front of the camera so it doesn't see me." Oh no. All right, well, thanks Ethan and Josh for watching us. We're just kind of fucking around. All right, well, here's a true haunted story from somebody, and it's gonna sound weird looking at me saying it, but I'm gonna try to say it as she would. Hold on a minute. Here, it's up your ass. It's up your ass. Go ahead. All right. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but they said there's no in there. Go. All right. Well, anyway, this is from a girl's perspective, I guess. Trying to fix the can thing here. Here we go. Oh my God. I threw the lighter there. In the drawer over there. I'm trying to. Okay, well, anyway, this is from the. What do you think
She keeps it up, and I don't know why.
about it? Okay. Anyway, geez, sorry about that. We're very professional here. We care about our subs and viewers. We would destroy lives to get them. Fuck up people's relationship with their kids and jobs. And we won't, but I'm a 35-year-old man, and YouTube matters to me. I said it doesn't, but it does. I'm a fat, greasy bastard. Quit talking about me, right? I'm not funny. And my show sucks, and people are mad. All right. Well, anyway, here's the freaking story. But tell it is from a girl's perspective. All right. Um. Basically, she told this to me. I know it's not. She's definitely telling me the truth. She watches our videos. Say what's up to Amanda.
How it do, Amanda? Thanks for watching our videos.
All right. Well, anyway, she lives in this house, and it's kind of in the country a little bit. And she said one time she was. I don't know why this camera's doing this. Give me one second. There. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get this damn camera so I could do this the right way. All right. There we go. Now let me know. All right. God, I'm muck. All right. There we go. All right. So this story is from perspective. So I live in the country, kind of. House is up on a private road. It's more of a driveway with four houses on it. My house is the last house. So anyway, the attic has always been kind of creepy and have had weird things going on in it. Um, I have a brother who was staying with us. So we were trying to get his room ready to paint and everything, fix it up a little bit. And my significant other was painting. So all of a sudden, my significant other got real sick, real white, real pale. Never said she never felt the way she did. got real sick, started vomiting, like projectile vomiting out the windows and everything. Um, so I just started painting more and figured, I don't know what's going on. Um, so I was painting and I saw the reflection behind me. I said, "Come help me paint. What are you doing? I'm doing this on my own." She said, and it was a silhouette. She thought it was a girl. She turned around and no one was there. So she yelled for her girlfriend, and girlfriend was downstairs and said, "What do you want?" Like came up, and she was just so sick, and she said, "What are you doing? Were you just up there? I called you. I wanted help to help paint." She said, "No, I was downstairs laying down. I'm sick." Well, anyway, I'm telling you this as the storyteller now, but I talked to both girls, and the other girl says, "I've never felt like this before. It was weird." She just got this real, like, sick feeling. She got super white and just started vomiting. She said she was like that for a few hours, too. Um, so that was kind of like one of the stories. The girl said, like, I quit painting and went downstairs, and that was it. Another story was, she said when they were a little younger, there was like friends staying over, and her parents were in the other room. They were downstairs watching movies and stuff, and they could hear all this crazy noise and stuff upstairs. It sounded like somebody was having a party up in the attic. So their parents came out to yell at them. They thought it was them, and it wasn't. The girls are downstairs. They said, "Be quiet! What are you guys doing up in the attic, making all that noise? Blah blah blah." And they said, "We've been down here the whole time." So that's kind of crazy. But the weirdest thing about it is the girl's brother actually passed away recently, a couple weeks ago, and she said ever since he's left, the stuff has left. Like it's stopped. It doesn't do it anymore. So that's kind of weird. But I don't know. What do you guys think about um, the Pittsburgh ghosts? We're gonna go to these places and video and hang out there a while. Me and Ansley both. Maybe I'll get Ansley to try to antagonize some ghosts or something.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna make Ansley do some comfortable things that he doesn't like. Call ghosts name, call them out, demons, whatever. Yeah, we're gonna see if there's something there. Hi, Ansley.
I feel very uncomfortable with this whole situation right here.
Well,
Those ghosts are trying to touch me.
you want to have a horror channel on YouTube? YouTube, you're gonna call ghosts and see what happens, right? That's how it works. See how big his vagina really is.
Extremely large cameras.
But anyway, I don't know. The camping stories got decent views. Is there anything else anybody wants to see? Comment down below if any ideas. Real witch stories, Wendigos,
Anything with
skinwalkers, Bigfoot, Loch Ness monster,
anything but
girls on their period, PMS. No, that's kind of scary. That's real scary. Ethan's face, crotch. No, I don't know what that's said. No, Answer's pretty cringy himself. There's a cringy. It's Stetzy. Stetzy, the cringy man. Does he do videos and stuff? Ethan, what do you do videos on? You still there?
yeah, sure.
What's he? Is that to do with the blue hair? Green hair? Who's he? Do I know who he is? Alright, well, what do you do videos? It was like, we gotta collab, we gotta collab. Why can't I click his dude's channel? Oh my god, why? What is it? Cosmic 875 8675309. Jenny, I got your number. But I don't know, Ansley. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Okay, Ansley's gonna read a story here for you guys, and then I don't want to do fucking chicken. I don't want to punch me. All right, so he's reading another Alfred Hitchcock story.
Oh yeah.
All right, so it's an Alfred Hitchcock short story from one of his books. Alfred Hitchcock stories are great, whether it was
I gotta return this book to the library.
Alfred Hitchcock series or anything. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a series like around when Twilight Zone was 50s, 60s.
And I need to read this book at the library, or else I'm gonna pay for it. So
So, but this is a good book. Um, so yeah, here's some Alfred Hitchcock. Alfred Hitch, blah blah blah. Hitchcock. Hitchcock.
hardcore Hitchcock.
Hardcore Hitchcock. Hardcore cock. Ansley loves that kind. But no, it's good stories. And then like I said, go check out the Twilight Zone if you have Netflix or Hulu. It's on there. Alfred Hitchcock is on there also. It's like a TV show where they did it's in black and white, but it was like creepy, freaky stories about a bunch of different stuff, aliens, everything. So, all right, well here's Ansley reading the Alfred Hitchcock story, and then we'll play it by ear what we're gonna do after that. Yeah, I wouldn't use the headphones because it's gonna jumble your words. That's what it's doing to me all the time. But thanks for the views. Thanks for the thumbs up. Any ideas, comment. Um, if you have your own story, or if you can narrate, you want to narrate a story, record it, send it in to us. Ansley could make a video out of it. But yeah, let's say thanks, Amanda, for the story. Sorry if I didn't do good. I was just told it. I was trying to tell it the best I can. I'm not the greatest storyteller. We're learning, you know. We just did it for shits and giggles, fun.
Pretty much. That's pretty much.
So, all right, here's Ansley.
Oh, wait a second, guys. I need to freaking slam the door. Good job, bro. All right. We are going to read an Alfred Hitchcock story. Alfred Hitchcock story from uh, from Lyle J. Litka. I said that right there. Sorry, guys. Sorry, one person. Also, Ethan, if Jeff has a YouTube account, go put it in the comments. All right. A Feline Felony by Lyle J. Litka. Jerome Carter looked like a cat. However, this did not bring him any undue attention from his schoolmates since almost all of them had an unusual quality or two. Beverly Baumgartner had a large head like a horse. Bart Hansen was as rotund as an elephant. Carla Seaver's long neck resembled that of a giraffe. And Randy Ramsbottom always smelled remarkably like a dog on a rainy day. The only person who worried about Jerome's unusual appearance was his father, who quietly set about arming the son to face a world in which he was a little bit different. He taught Jerome gentle manners, assuring him that no matter how different he looked, he would always get along fine if he acted right. He taught him to recite all of the verses of the Star-Spangled Banner by heart, and he taught him to sing the songs from the best-known Gilbert and Sullivan operas. He felt that Jerome was well equipped to face the real world. When Jerome got to high school, became the greatest track star that Quigley High had ever produced. Although he had to be careful because the coaches from rival schools cried foul when Jerome resorted to running on all fours. Altogether, Jerome's school years would have been quite happy if it hadn't been for Benny Rhodes. Whereas Jerome was tall, polite, studious, and well groomed, with silken fur and sparkling whiskers, Benny was wizened, unkempt, rude, and sly. His face was pinched and pointed, and his hair was stuck up in uneven wisps. He hated anyone who excelled him in anything. Almost everybody excelled him in everything. And since Jerome surpassed him in the one thing he did do fairly well, running, he hated Jerome most of all. When Jerome took away his title of champion runner of Quigley High, Benny vowed that he would even get it if it took him the rest of his life. One of Benny's favorite harassments was to tread on Jerome's tail in study hall, causing him to yowl, thereby incurring the wrath of the monitor. Benny tweaked Jerome's whiskers, and he poured honey on his fur. He did everything he could think of to make Jerome's life miserable. Now, I don't even know if this is a guy or a cat we're talking about now. Yeah, bro. Oh, it's to the right. Okay. Wait a second. You right? When it came to Benny Rhodes, Jerome found it hard to follow the admonitions of his father, that he should love his enemies and do good to even those who used him spitefully. He looked forward to the day that he would finish school and get away. He had to admit in his heart loathed the odious Benny. It rankled him to think that Benny was the only person who could make him lose composure and caterwaul, thus making people notice that despite his suave manner and intellectual conversation, that he was a bit different. To keep his temper, he took to declaiming the Star-Spangled Banner, or passages from the Bible, all the way through the begats in Genesis before he took hold of himself and regained his composure. Just before Jerome graduated from college, Benny stole all the fish from the old man Walker's little fish cart and deposited them in Jerome's car, after which he had made an anonymous phone call to the police. The police, who had always regarded Jerome as the embodiment of what they would all like all young men to be. Hey man, you're in the camera. You're in the shot here. Oh, geez, how exactly are we? Oh, why did you find it then? That sucks. It's probably in the living room. Okay. All right. The police, who had always regarded Jerome as the embodiment of what they would like all men to be, preferred to believe that his claim of innocence, but then again, looking as he did, it was natural for them to believe that he might have swiped a massive fish. People began to whisper about Jerome when he passed them on the street. They pointed out that although his manners were perfect, he did have those long sword-like claws, and they certainly wouldn't want to be caught alone with him in an alley on a dark night. And wasn't there a rather feline craftiness in his slanted eyes? Jerome left town after graduation, and enveloped him in an aura of suspicion and an aroma of rotting fish which he could never dispel completely from his car. Jerome decided to pursue a career in writing of advertising copy in New York, reasoning that what with all the strange creatures roaming about in New York City, no one was apt to notice anything different from him. He was hired at the first place he applied, Bobble, Babble, and Armbruster Inc., on Madison Avenue. Mr. Armbuster had been out there cleaning his 14th wedding anniversary the night before, and had invited himself into the near oblivion, trying to forget what devastation those 14 years had wrought. When Jerome walked into his office, he naturally figured him to be related to the 10-foot polka dot cobra that had pursued him the night before, and thought he would fade with the hangover. After ducking behind his desk for a little hair of the dog, he hired Jerome. By the time Mr. Armbuster had finally recovered from his celebration, Jerome had proved himself capable at his job and affable with all the other employees, so he was allowed to stay. Mr. Armbuster naturally put him on the cat food account. Before long, Jerome had fell in love with his secretary, Marie, a shapely blonde, who thought Jerome's sleek fur and golden eyes sexy. He wanted to ask her for a date, but first, in all fairness, he thought he should find out how she felt about him. Marie, he had said one day as he finished the day's dictation, you like me as a boss? Oh, yes, breathed Marie. Gee, Mr. Carter, you're the swellest boss I ever had. You're so different. Jerome's heart sank. Different? In what way, Marie? Well, said Marie, Mr. Leach, my old boss, used to pinch me sometimes, and used to sneak up behind me and kiss me. She peered coyly at Jerome from under his lashes. You're a perfect gentleman, Mr. Carter. You're real different. Jerome was enchanted and wasted no further time asking her out to dinner. For several weeks everything was wonderful. Then, unexpectedly, Benny Rhodes turned up. He had just had to be that guy. Jerome looked up from his desk one day to see his nemesis standing in the doorway. Man, said Ben, if it ain't Jerome Carter. He grinned. Benny Rhodes, exclaimed Jerome. What are you doing here? Man, most, said Benny softly. I work in the mail wing, man. You're gonna see a lot. Jerome's tail twitched. Why did you come here? He asked. Why don't you leave me alone? Offended ignorance replaced the calculated look on Benny's pasty face. Why, man, I ain't done a thing. A man's gotta work, and I work here. He lounged against the door jamb. I hear you're a real swinging cat around here. I wonder how long that's gonna last. Get out, said Jerome. Sure, Mr. Cotter, sir. Think I'll drop by your secretary's room. Secretary's room. Quite a dish, that, Marie. You stay away from her. Jerome could feel the fur around his neck rising. His whiskers bristled. Benny smiled and glided away like an insidious snake. From that time on, Benny did what he could to torment Jerome. He held up his mail until important clients called the bosses to complain about the lack of action on their accounts. He slammed Jerome's tail indoors, usually when some VIP was visiting the office. Most of all, he vexed Marie by hanging around her desk asking for dates and sometimes sneaking up to him on her neck. Marie hated him almost he does. Jerome hated him almost as much as Jerome did. Oh crap. Marie this is what sucks about doing live. Marie hated him almost as much as Jerome did. I'm gonna pause here and read the chat, see if anybody's no more comments. That sucks. I'm so sad. Alright. You ready? Jerome didn't know quite what he could do about it without jeopardizing his job, of which he had become very fond. The other people at his agency liked him, although they regarded him as a trifle eccentric, since he always insisted on sampling the cat food he heard about. But then everyone to his own taste, they said. Things came to a head everything. One evening, when Jerome invited Marie to his apartment for a fish dinner before going out for a show. They were just sitting down when the doorbell rang. It was Benny. Cozy, he murmured, surveying the scene. He slammed the door shut behind him. A real swinging cat, he said, sliding into the room. He produced a small pistol from his pocket. Are you out of your mind, Benny? Said Jerome. What do you think you're doing? I lost my job, said Benny. What's that got to do with me? Marie complained that I bothered her. They fired me. Benny's small eyes glittered. I'll repay her for the favor, and then I'll take care of you, Jerome. I'll fix it so that they think you shot her for resisting your charms, and then shot yourself. Everyone knows a big cat like you could go berserk any time. You're a rat, said Marie. You're a miserable, black-hearted rat. Jerome stepped protectively in front of her. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me, chanted Benny gleefully. Jerome was looking at Benny thoughtfully. A rat, he said. That's what he is, a rat. Funny that never occurred to me before. His tail twitched nervously. Benny didn't like the look on Jerome's face. Stay away from me, man, I'll shoot. Before Benny could aim, Jerome leaped across the room with the swift fluid motion of a tiger. He knocked Benny to the floor and easily took the gun from him. A rat, Jerome repeated softly. Benny looked at Jerome's face, so close to his own. What are you gonna do, man? He squeaked. His own face pinched, and his white beady eyes were terror-stricken. What are you gonna do? Jerome ate him. It was a long time to get the police sergeant to take the matter seriously. Marie had urged Jerome to forget the whole thing, but Jerome felt he must confess. "You say that you ate this guy, Benny?" The sergeant asked for the 20th time. "I ate him," said Jerome. "He was a rat," said Marie. The sergeant shook his head. "We got all kinds," he muttered. "Go home, sleep it off." "Self-defense, you say?" Benny was about to shoot both of us. "Where's the body?" asked the sergeant. Jerome shook his head. "There is no body. I ate him." "He was a rat," said Marie. "There's no body," said the sergeant. "We sent a couple of men up to your apartment and there's no body and no sign of anybody getting killed. We even called Benny's family long distance to find out if they knew where he is, but his old man says as far as they were concerned he died of birth, so go home." "I ate him," insisted Jerome. "So you performed a public service. I got 6 kids to support, buddy, and I don't want to spend the next 2 years on a head shrink's couch trying to make the chief believe I got a 6 foot cat here. Need a guy. Now go home, you two, before I get mad." Jerome remained standing before the desk. "Look," said the sergeant, "you ate a guy." "A rat," corrected Marie. "A rat," said the sergeant. "So how do you feel?" "Terrible," said Jerome. "I've had a most remarkable case in digestion." "You are a rat," said the sergeant. "Now you've got a bellyache. That's your punishment. Remember when you ate green apples as a kid?" He sighed. "Now go." As they turned to leave, Jerome heard the sergeant muttering to himself about not having a vacation in 4 years. Despite his indigestion, Jerome felt marvelous. "Let the punishment fit the crime," he said with satisfaction. He took Marie's arm in a courtly fashion, saying softly as they walked along, "My object all the sublime I shall achieve in time, to let the punishment fit the crime, the punishment fit the crime." "Gee, Mr. Potter," said Marie, gazing up at him with admiration, "you're so different than anyone else I ever met with." "Different?" asked Jerome. "How, Marie?" "Gee," said Mary, "I never went out with a guy who quoted poetry." And that was the end of the story. It's in Alfred Hitchcock Presents Stay Awake 5 Hours Ago. A Feline by Lyle J. Lick. Um, so yeah, that was it, and I'm not here to use the camera. Cool. Probably not. So that was A Feline Felony. There is 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a lot of more stories. Nice stories. That's all the stories, boys and girlos, maybe. But anyways, um, you like the content that we put out, please subscribe, and that's it. Wait 1 second. I know. Okay. Later, guys.